Hello, hello, hello. Jordan Chariton in my apartment. Little down on the AC, so I might be a little sweaty. Air conditioning, not particularly working today. Hope everyone's having a lovely, lovely Friday. Let me make sure YouTube is working for me. Here we go. And it is. So I'm gonna wait till we get a couple more viewers in, so I don't have to say the same thing twice. It's been a very interesting week. I've been doing a lot of things in the background in my reporting. I went live on Instagram earlier. If you don't know, I have an Instagram channel too. It's instagram.com/Jordan Chariton Reports. That's Instagram.com/Jordan Chariton Reports. I also went live on my Facebook page. Hold on one second. I also went live on my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Jordan Chariton. And I'm just trying to go live wherever I could go. Unfortunately, social media suppression and digital media suppression is a real thing. So unfortunately, when I am live, majority of the audience has no idea that I'm live. But just bearing through and going live wherever I can. This isn't the exciting news I want to tell you about, but I will tell you, definitely head to the Humanist Reports channel. On Sunday, I did an interview where Mike from the Humanist Report interviewed me. I believe that will be up Sunday. So hopefully we get out and inform the Humanist Reports audience that I am back. And I think I talk about quite a bit in that interview that you'll like. And I'm going to be going on some other programs over the next few weeks. So that's exciting. But there's more exciting news. I'm going to wait till we get to 70 viewers. So press the share button. Let's get this out to as many people as humanly possible. Exciting that at 5:45 Eastern on a Friday, it seems that we have an audience here. So I think I have exciting news to share. It's definitely not, the launch of the company tomorrow, but, a step in the right direction. So I will share that with you now. We have 70 viewers, so I think that's good. So been talking to my business partner, Jen, who is in the chat. She's fantastic. Talking about, I'm getting a little cabin fever here. I'm getting a little cabin fever in New York City. I haven't been in the field for quite some time. It is 2:42 where I am. Waffles' mom says, yes, I'm on East Coast. So been getting a little cabin fever. I've been traveling for 2 years, basically through the Young Turks for the majority of the time. And, I always had that kind of bittersweet, like when you're on the road for a week or 2 weeks, you kind of get burnt out and you want to go home. You miss your family or your nephew or whatever. But then when you're home too much, you get kind of cabin fever and feel disconnected from what's really going on. Obviously, I have, challenges that I didn't have at the Young Turks at the moment. I don't have a budget or funding. So it's difficult to get out there in the field. And I also do not, I had back surgery March 1st. So I'm healing from that. And I was told not to be traveling and taking flights and all these things because you need time to do physical therapy and heal your back and all those things. So I've been following, doctor's orders, but also there's realities. You need money. You need money to get out there. So I've been doing that, but there's some stories that I just are very important, and it's kind of now or never to get it out there, and you need attention on certain things. There's been a story I've been covering the last few days. If you follow this YouTube channel, if you don't, the videos are up there live right now. And hold on one second, let me find my sign. So there's a really, I think, interesting and uncovered story going on in Virginia right now. It's in Roanoke, Virginia. Actually, it's about 20 miles of Roanoke, Virginia. And what's happening is a mother and a daughter have essentially been protesting atop their trees. They have many trees on their property, but they've been protesting. They kind of made like a little wooden treehouse atop their trees because the oil company is trying to cut down their trees to put in a natural gas pipeline. And this is going on. This is going on all over the country, where they're seizing people's properties through eminent domain. You know, eminent domain back in the day used to be for like building interstate highways or elementary schools, things that actually like helped the population. But now they're seizing eminent domain so we could basically give big oil whatever the hell they want in America. But the courts have, the oil company actually hasn't taken this family's property through eminent domain yet. It hasn't been approved. So technically it's still their property. And the mother and daughter are basically, for over 4 weeks now, and it's getting hot now, are protesting at the top of their trees. They haven't come down for over 4 weeks. Or over 4 weeks they haven't come down because they are protesting this natural gas pipeline, the Mountain Valley Pipeline. And there's like police tape wrapped around, and activists are there. There's other people camping nearby to show their solidarity. There's a lot going on near that. And I've done interviews this week from here with a family friend, as well as another neighbor who are telling me about why the mother and the daughter are protesting. But you know what? Some stories, whether you have the money to go or not, whether you had back surgery or not, you just got to go. You just got to go. So I'll be heading down to cover the tree protests this coming week. I don't have the exact day yet, but I will be there probably in the beginning of the week. Again, this is the Mountain Valley Pipeline that they're trying to ram through these people's property. This is in the Appalachian Trail, one of the most beautiful, pristine areas in the country. The Mountain Valley Pipeline starts in West Virginia and is going through Virginia. It is, contrary to my favorite troll, Jerry Ross, who I think works for DAPL, but I haven't proven it yet, who's in the chat. Love you, Jerry. This is not going for domestic use. This is all going for foreign exports. So it's a big lie that this is for domestic energy. It's not. It's for big oil companies to make a lot more money because they make more money through foreign exports. And they're basically trying to take progressives' property, Republicans' property, everybody's property. I remember when I was at the Young Turks, I was in really like southwest Texas, covering the Trans-Pecos pipeline, and I interviewed a real like cowboy wearing hat conservative. Told me off camera, like Dick Cheney, this kind of conservative. And they seized their backyard and their property to put the Trans-Pecos pipeline, a natural gas pipeline, through, and the pipeline was 400 yards from their window. When it explodes, goodbye to that poor woman and her husband. So this has real life ramifications. In my opinion, the mother and the daughter who are protesting at the top of the tree are heroes. Of course, they're not going to get any coverage on CNN or progressive network MSNBC. Frankly, I haven't seen this covered in independent media either. So I am going to go down there. To be honest with you, I don't have much funds. Right now, we're at 348 patrons. This money is being used to fund this kind of reporting. So for those of you who have subscribed and have been subscribing with $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, can't thank you enough. For those of you who haven't, I hope you consider contributing. Again, this is for me to get out there and do this kind of reporting. I, as Jen, my business partner, could tell you for a lot of the buildup for this company, Status Coup. Do you not know we're launching Status Coup? Are you ready for Status Coup? I mean, this isn't like the full launch, but this is part of it, just getting back out there in the field. I've been spending a lot of my savings, which there's not a lot there, on some of the things we need to build up the business. So hopefully obviously there's a great place in the media space for Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kulinski, Lee Camp, Mike Figueredo, Jamarl Thomas, everybody. Hopefully you also want to support and fund real reporting that gets out there in the field, because we need to show up close what's happening in this country. The only way you really challenge oligarchy is when you awaken as many people as possible to what's really, really going on. So I hope you'll contribute. If you can't contribute, I hope you'll watch and share the videos. Make sure when you click the notification bell, apparently there's a feature that I wasn't aware of that you have to click all notifications, because YouTube's goal is to make it as hard as humanly possible to get you to get notified when the people you subscribe to are live. So make sure, Jen will put it in the chat, make sure when you subscribe and then click the notifications bell, you opt for all notifications, because if you don't, they're not going to notify you when I'm live. And it would be very, very unfortunate if I went down to Virginia and was reporting live from where the tree protest is, interviewing people, showing you up close what's going on, and you guys didn't know about it. So, no space for TYT? I didn't say anything about TYT. I'm just talking about me. Subscribe and click the bell until it says all notifications. I think you have to like click down and hold on to the bell. I'm not sure, but Jen is my business partner and she knows all. So in full disclosure, this is a bit risky for me. I mean, my back's pretty much, it's healing, but a couple weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago, I had some spinal fluid buildup. I've been icing it, it's going down, but I'm not like fully ready to get back in the field like full time, but I don't want to wait, you know. I think this mother and daughter are very heroic what they're doing. If you watch the previous, I've done 2 videos on this story. You could find it here on the YouTube channel. Just search, there'll be the most recent videos. The police are not allowing food that's been donated for the mother and daughter. They're not allowing that up. They're not providing medical supplies to the mother and daughter. The daughter, it might sound like a small thing, but the daughter has been like begging for sunscreen, but because she doesn't have much to cover her atop the tree and it's getting hotter out, the police won't allow it. And who's the governor of Virginia that oversees the police department? Take a guess. Ralph Northam. And who is Ralph Northam? He was cheerleaded by the DNC and Tom Perez. We got to vote for Ralph Northam. We got to get the governor's house back in Virginia to a Democrat. Did you remember all those fundraisers and those hashtags for Northam in his governor's election last year? Well, he also takes money from the oil company. He took $50,000 from the parent company to the Mountain Valley Pipeline, and he took $200,000 from Dominion Energy, which is the parent company of a sister pipeline in Virginia. So, of course, this progressive Democrat is bought off by big oil, and as a result, he's stepping aside. Yeah, the oil company, we'll let you go through the Appalachian Trail. When it explodes, it could potentially affect there's 1,400 riverways connected to in this area. There's property, there's animals, there's land, there's water. But who cares about our planet? As long as the money keeps coming into my coffers, right? This is not just Ralph Northam. This is happening all over the country. So Goldilocks, Northam is a complete disappointment. I voted for Perillo in the primary. I think that was Tom Perriello, if I'm correct. So I'm excited. It's been, I think the last place I was out in the field, if memory serves me correct, was St. Louis when I was jailed. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Hopefully reporting from the woods on American protest. I do believe in America you're still allowed to protest. Pretty sure that's still possible in America, but who the hell knows? So full disclosure, I hope, I don't have a camera, I don't have a cameraman at this point, so kind of going solo at this moment. I hope very much that my phone gets Wi-Fi signal so I could go live out in the woods and interview people. Like I said, there are activists sleeping out in tents in support of Red Terry is the mother's name and Minor Terry is the daughter's name. Really hope I could do that. I hope that the father will invite me onto the property so I can interview him. I hope a lot of things happen, because to me, this might sound like a little like off the beaten path story, and who cares about like a mother and daughter protesting in a tree? That is the most American thing you could do, and it's their property. It has not been taken by eminent domain, but the police are refusing them, food donations and other things. So in America, when you stand your ground. You know, aren't Republicans about standing your ground on your property? If you come in, I'm shooting. But if there's a big oil pipeline, oh no, they're going to put yellow tape around where you're protesting. And Endo says DN doesn't cover that. I don't know if Democracy Now! Covered it. I hope they do. Robbie says, we will pray for your safe arrival and return, JC. Don't pray. Hey, Robbie, do me a favor. Don't pray. Pay. Don't pray. Pay. That's the new slogan, baby. It's a little crass, but we need the funding. We need the funding. So you could do both. If you want to pray, great. But if you could pay too, $1 a month, $3 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month. You want a media revolution? Help me make a media revolution. This is my arts and crafts sign. For those of you who have subscribed, hey, if times get better for you and you could up your subscription, even better. If not, stay where you are. I can't thank you enough. But I think it's also important, you know, I could talk about all the things I want to do, but I want to also show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going out there to show you. I think that it's going to be a really informative reporting trip. Sherry, these women own this land. How can this be allowed to proceed? Get out there, Jordan. I'll tell you how it can be allowed, Sherry. We don't live in the United States of America. We live in the United States of Oil, or the United Corporations of Oil. I use them interchangeably. That is what's happening. That sign will end up in the Smithsonian. I hope so, because it took me a long time to make this. As you can see, I don't have the best handwriting. I had to go out and get 3-4 different colored Sharpies. And these are a lot of work. This is what happens when you start from the grassroots, baby. You make arts and crafts signs. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you will make sure when you click the notifications bell, you click all notifications. I think you have to click on it and hold it down. Secondly, make sure you follow my Instagram. Jen, what's my Instagram? I believe it's instagram.com/Jordan Chariton Reports. I've been going live on Instagram. I went live earlier to a wonderful 7 people. Love it. Love it. I went live on Facebook earlier to 10 people. Love it. I mean, media suppression is a beautiful thing, isn't it? But what's the news? Just got here. Oh, you want me to restart the report for you? Jesus Christ. I'm going back in the field, tactical scheme. So I'm going to be there beginning of next week. I will try to update you guys on my Twitter, on my Facebook, on all those good things, what's going on. Don't know how long I'll be there, but, you know, I do already have some sources on the ground, and I will be trying to show you what's going on. This is the Bent Mountain, and it's in the Appalachian Trail. So very historic property, very historic land. By the way, the mother and the daughter who are protesting, this land was given 4 centuries ago from General George Washington. It was a gift from General George Washington to a fellow general who was, noting him and his bravery in the American Revolution. So this is land that was gifted by General George Washington. Let's put a natural gas pipeline through it, shall we? It's disgusting. And by the way, 2 weeks ago, they literally just cut a 200-year-old apple orchard down. A 200-year-old apple orchard that the mother, Red Terry, worked very hard on to keep alive and lively. This is what these gas, oil, greedy, big oil motherfuckers are doing. Roger, I have a PayPal thing now. You could pay me through PayPal too. It's jordanchariton.com. Click the PayPal link. You could pay per month on PayPal. It's the same levels for Patreon on PayPal. So jordanchariton.com if you want to go support me on PayPal. I loved your interview with the family friend, Jordan. So glad you do real stories. Well, I'm hoping to interview both women that I interviewed in person. A little better in person than my muffled speaker on my phone, right? So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little worried because I just had back surgery and this is a mountain. So I hope I don't have to hike at all. As Jen could tell you, who just saw my back, it's not looking so pretty these days. I had a little swelling that came up. But you only live once. And, I don't know if they're going to take those women out of those trees and arrest them, soon. So I want to get there as soon as I can. Do what you do best and get in the face of authoritarian rule. Siri Iriad, is there any relation to Apple Siri? If so, I don't like Apple Siri. Carl Malone, can police read? Probably not. Some of them might. But hey, if the police are unhappy and they want to contribute, I'll take your contributions too. You could park in the handicap section, Jordan. Fantastic. And you know what? Honestly, I got to tell you the truth. Don't get me wrong. I mean, for the most part, most of my time at the Young Turks was good. But this is kind of like a new kind of excitement for me. It's kind of like I'm like reborn almost as a reporter, Because at the Young Turks, you had some resources. You had a cameraman and equipment and things like that, and you got to fly in a plane. But now, I do need funding, and I definitely need funding to launch this company, hire other reporters. But this is kind of like from the ground up, grassroots, I'm taking a train and then driving, and, I don't know where we're going to stay, and I don't know if I'll be able to even walk or hike. It's cool. It's cool. I'm excited to do this. I hope, my goal is to get out there, show you what's going on. Hopefully getting out there and showing you what's going on can also bring in new viewers that want this kind of real reporting. I know that Rudy Giuliani told a lie, and that the president's a liar, and that Russia has hacked the American brains and all these things. I know there's very important things out there. But I kind of think it's important when Americans have to literally resort to climbing up their own property's trees and sitting up in the trees for weeks to protest their trees being cut down. So natural, as in it's not natural, it's terrible oil, gets put through their property. This is the destruction of America. Not happening. So I will be there. I will be live, hopefully, if the Wi-Fi works. If not, I'll record the interviews. We'll try to get them up as much as humanly possible. Teresa Joy, she's an independent reporter who's been going live on this channel. I'm trying to start introducing you to some new faces. As I always say, the media revolution has to be much, much bigger than me. Siri, I'm going to send Jordan some Reiki energy for his back. Send me whatever you can. And also, I'm thinking, I don't know about this Sunday, but I'm thinking we're going to do another Patreon subscriber only video chat. Maybe Sunday. We've done this a few times, a patron exclusive video chat. So for my patrons, I talk to you. We could do a Q&A. We could talk about specific topics, whatever the hell you want. I try to answer your questions and give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes of what's going on. As Jen could tell you, because she probably gets mad at me, I get kind of raw. I tend to say things I shouldn't, reveal things I shouldn't. I foam at the mouth. I'm a $1 VIP Patreon. Endo says, hey, you're all VIPs, every one of you that's subscribing. Because honestly, the honest truth is some people don't like it, but this is the truth. These days, you have to pay for real news. Like, we need to eat. We need to have the money to go out in the field. If I was already a millionaire, I'd pay for it myself to get out there, but I'm not. So you need money, for equipment, to hire camera people, editors, other reporters, all those things. So definitely not asking for funding so I could go to a casino. That's not happening. So thank you to the people who have already subscribed. If you can't subscribe, you could do something for me. Don't just share the video. Post about this YouTube channel on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, wherever you can. The more word of mouth that gets out, we have to resort to word of mouth because YouTube is suppressing us. The more word of mouth you could do, the better. So if you could do an original post, not just sharing, but write an original post telling people, hey, Jordan Chariton's back. He's going to report in Virginia on the tree protests. Support him. And if you want, my YouTube link or my Patreon link, whatever. I think a lot of people have no idea that I'm back reporting and probably won't know that I'm out in the field. So, I really need you and get excited too, because you guys really are like the beginnings of this. You guys are the beginnings of what I think is the media revolution. I'm not talking about a media revolution so I could have a cool marketing slogan or, put a bumper sticker. We need revolution in this country. I don't think it needs to be violent. I don't want it to be violent. I think it needs to be a revolution of facts, a revolution of truth. There are reporters out there that actually care about the truth and not just climbing up a corporate ladder so they could have a lot of Twitter followers and like be in the New York, DC cocktail crowd. I don't give a shit about any of that. I care about getting the truth out there and making sure that people get the truth and then can become active. Imagine if more people knew about this tree protest and what they're protesting. Maybe more people would go down there. Maybe more people would be calling the governor's office. Maybe more people would be protesting the oil company. That's how this stuff happens. Standing Rock, in many ways, got so big because of the independent media cameras on it. Goldilocks, I will put you on my Facebook tonight. I'm joining Patreon tonight. I live in Charlottesville. I will help you in any way to navigate Virginia. Goldilocks, if I could kiss you. Love you, Goldilocks. Thank you very much. It's people like you that are going to help me get back out there. And by the way, got a lot of plans. I'm not just interested in going to Virginia and covering this. I got a lot of places I want to go. Personally, have you heard of a place called Puerto Rico? You heard of a place called Puerto Rico? Part of America? Well, they still have an overwhelming people without power. Their water is contaminated, but you don't really hear about that anymore in the media, right? Because when natural disasters, aka climate change induced disasters happen, we kind of like put a little Band-Aid over it, put out a few press releases, give out a few awards, and let the people figure it out themselves. Do I need to even explain what's going on in Flint, Michigan 4 years later? So, excited about this. If I have any news to report linked to this before I go, I will be live again. Definitely. When you click the notification bell next to subscribe, make sure you're clicked all notifications. Jen will explain it one more time if you came to this late. Click on the notification bell and make sure you opt in all notifications. Share the video. Share my Patreon. I have 348 Patreons. Imagine if each one of you or some of you could get one other person to subscribe at $1 or $5. I could probably stay there longer. I could go other places. This is word of mouth. This is word of mouth. That's what this is. Will you go to Palestine? Robbie Anderson says. Robbie, you want me to be an octopus here? Let me handle America first. Then I'll solve the world problems. Jesus. And I don't think my Zionist father would love me going to Palestine. But yes, eventually we might cover international stuff too. But I got to keep it real. There's so much going on and so much corruption here. You got to crawl before you can walk. I can't go all over the world yet. I'm only one person. And we need money to hire other reporters. I have 2 people in mind to hire at the start of Status Coup. But money don't grow on trees. No pun intended, because I'm going to cover a tree protest. So, with that, I will take a few questions, comments, concerns before I leave. The AC is not really working here, so schwitzing, as my late Jewish grandmother would say. Anybody want to ask me a question, a comment, a concern? Jen will express her concerns. That's definitely a fact. She has a lot of concerns when it comes to me. Oh, Mark Stefanski just pledged $2 to Patreon. Thank you so much, Mark. I will, people like you are helping me get out there in the field. The more, the merrier. If you can, if you can't, subscribe, share the video, write it on your Patreon. Before I go, anybody got questions, comments, concerns? Mark said, sorry, it can't be more. Hey, babe, $2 a month, perfect. If we keep getting $2, $5 from some people, the more the merrier, honestly. Schwitzing and kvetchen, that's right. Roger Coolin, nope, that's it. All right, Roger, if that's all you got, perfect. Thank you guys, as always, for your support. Again, if you don't know, I'm on Instagram now. I'm still on Facebook, on a lot. Jerry Ross, maybe one day when the company is launched and I've done a few stories, I'll go in person and I will interview Jerry Ross or debate Jerry Ross. We can do it wherever you want in North Dakota. Jerry, I just want your gentleman's agreement that you won't be coming with DAPL to take me. Got to protect myself. because I do think you work for an oil company. Pretty sure on that. Or you're retired because you seem to have all day to watch every single feed of mine. But that's good because honestly, I know no matter what the suppression is from YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, I always know I'll have one viewer. His name's Jerry. It's not natural gas, Jerry, by the way. Look it up. There's methane and all this other crap in it. It's not natural. I agree. Teresa Joy is fabulous. She is fabulous. We're waiting for her to get her glasses. When she gets her glasses, it'll be a little better. She's always squinting and stuff like that. So we love Jerry. Every chat needs a Jerry. That's right. I think Jerry's truly like a progressive. I really think that. I think he's like fighting it. You know how some people like fight who they really are? I think he's really like an environmentalist, tree-hugging progressive. And he's just fighting it. Jerry, come to the good side. Come away from the dark side. Come to the good side, Jerry. It's fine. It's fine. And by the way, there are other news. Bernie is a joke, Jerry? Then why is he the most popular politician in America? I guess America is a joke if the most popular politician in America is a joke. Anyway, I don't want this to descend into a fight with my BFF, Jerry. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely be on the lookout for this. And tell your friends, tell your mailman, tell your family, tell them all. I'm getting back out there. Patreon.com/Jordan Sheridan Reports. Have a good weekend.